Okay, I think we should start. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, thank you. So let us quickly recall what we did last time. Now we are at the end of partial differentiation, and the very much important theorem, that is Euler's theorem, which talks about homogeneous function. Okay, so for homogeneous function u or z of degree n, x dabba z by dabba x plus y dabba z by dabba y equal to n into that function z. Okay, see here the function is denoted by z is equal to f of xy. Most of the time we will be denoting it by u is equal to f of xy. So wherever there is z, so you replace that z by u. Okay, it's a question of notation only. Okay, so what we discussed is, without calculating this partial derivative, actually you can find out uh, value of this expression. Okay, then some deductions we looked at. It is also applicable for n number of variables. So for three variables, x dabba f by dabba x plus y dabba f by dabba y plus z dabba f by dabba z is equal to n into f. Okay, where f is homogeneous function of degree n. So now note that this n can be any number, any real number, not only integers or natural numbers. It can be any real number, and the operator x dabba by dabba x plus y dabba by dabba y is called as differential operator. So some deductions or corollaries we looked at. If function is homogeneous of degree n, then this second order expression x square dabba 2z by dabba x2 plus 2xy dabba 2z by dabba x dabba y plus y square dabba 2z by dabba y2 is equal to n into n minus 1 into that function z. Okay, and second deduction is about a non-homogeneous function. Okay, if u is non-homogeneous function, but there is some associated function f of u which is homogeneous, then x w by w x plus y w by w y is equal to n into f of u upon f dash u. Okay, then third corollary, if u is not homogeneous, u is non homogeneous, but there is a associated function f of u which is homogeneous. So this, in that case, value of the second order expression x square dabba 2u by dabba x2 plus y square dabba 2u by dabba y2 plus 2xy dabba 2u by dabba x dabba y is g of u into g prime u minus 1. Okay, where g of u is n into f of u upon f dash u. And we observed every theorem and corollary with one example, and I hope that is clear to you. Okay, so let us go to a different example. Any doubt so far? Any doubt in any statement?
So can you explain the third corollary once?
This one.
Yes, sir. I have a doubt in it.
Okay. See, uh, the example which we discussed last time is u is equal to sine inverse x square plus y square. Okay. Now, is this function homogeneous? Sine inverse inside bracket x square plus y square?
No, sir.
No, because that
Not homogeneous.
power of t is inside that function sine inverse. But I can write that function as sine u is equal to x square plus y square. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
So my f of u, that is sine u, is homogeneous. And what is its degree?
2.
2. Okay, so we are applying this third corollary to such functions. Okay, u is not homogeneous, but there is some associated function z is equal to f of u which is homogeneous. Then x square da bar 2u by da bar x2 plus y square da bar 2u by da bar y2 plus 2xy da bar 2u by da bar x da bar y. Value of this expression without calculating this partial derivative is g of u into g prime u minus 1, where g of u is n into f of u upon f dash u. So for that example which we discussed last time, that will be n. So n is 2 sine u upon its derivative, that is cos u. So g of u is 2 tan u. So value of this expression will be 2 tan u into bracket 2 sec square u minus 1. You got the point?
Yes, I got it, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So let us go to examples. U is sine inverse root x minus root y upon root x plus root y, and you have to show that w by w x is equal to minus y by x w by w y. Okay. Uh, Now, obviously, there is no mention of Euler's theorem, but this question you are going to deal with Euler's theorem, because if you actually find out partial derivative of u with respect to x and with respect to y, it will take time, and there are chances to get wrong answers. Okay. So first question you need to ask is whether u is homogeneous. Is u homogeneous?
Yes, sir. It is homogeneous. Power of t will get cancelled inside sine inverse
Yeah.
function.
Okay. Others, do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
can, good, good. So t raised to half is here in numerator. T raised to half is also there in denominator, which will get cancelled. So this you can write at t raised to 0 and original function. Therefore, your u is homogeneous of degree 0, isn't it? U is homogeneous of
Yes,
degree
sir.
0. Okay. So by Euler's theorem, x w by w x plus y w by w y is equal to nu. So n is 0. So therefore, x w by w x is equal to minus y w by w y. Shift this x to this side, so it will become minus y by x, which we want. All right. So copy it fast.
Sir, why we have considered x raised to 0 there?
There are two definitions of homogeneous functions. No, they have applied second definition. Let me show it. Here, x raised to n phi of y by x. Okay, if you are if you are able to take power of x throughout the expression and remaining function is function of y by x, then it is homogeneous of degree n. They have applied this definition, and we discussed this definition, and we are using this definition effectively. Clear?
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you tell the syllabus for the midterm exam?
Yeah, first two modules. Theory of matrices, and the second is differential calculus, which includes nth derivative and then Maclaurin's and Taylor's theorem, series expansion. Partial differentiation won't come. I'll put it on group also. Yes? Yes? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Copied?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Second problem is verify Euler's theorem for homogeneous function x plus y plus z upon under root x plus under root y plus under root z. All right. So, what do you mean by verification? By the way, function is three variable function. So you need to verify x w by w x plus y w by w y plus z w by w z is equal to n into u. Okay. Now, what do you mean by verification? Yes, anybody?
So it is the statement of or the final part of Euler's theorem by differentiating it actually.
Good. Okay, verification means you need to calculate w by w x, w by w y, w by w z, then multiplication by x, y, z, and then add them and check whether value of that expression is equal to n into the given function. Got it? Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So w by w x, you can see that quotient rule is applied. So root x plus root y plus root z into derivative of numerator with respect to x is 1 minus x plus y plus z as it is derivative of denominator with respect to x is 1 upon 2 root x. Okay, upon denominator square. Now, by symmetry, you can write down w by w y, w by w z, isn't it? What are the changes? Yes, can you tell me? What will be the change?
So the change will only be in the last term, 1 upon 2 root x, so 1 upon 2 root y, 1 upon 2 root z.
Yeah, good, good. So the only difference will be for partial derivative with respect to y, this will be 1 upon 2 root y, and with respect to z, this will be 1 upon 2 root z. Okay. Now, if you multiply by x to this, then y to w by w y and z to w by w z, and add them, what will you get is root x plus root y plus root z, okay, into x plus y plus z minus 1 by 2 x plus y plus z. Here it is root x, and we are multiplying by x. Okay, so the power of x will be x raised to half, and for 3 terms it will be root x plus root y plus root z. Is this numerator clear to everyone? Otherwise you need to do it step by step. Is it fine if you multiply x, then y and
Yes,
z
sir.
to these 3 terms and then add? Yeah, okay. Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, fine. So denominator as it is, root x plus root y plus root z bracket square. So 1 by 2, so this is 1 minus half, that is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 x plus y plus z root x plus root y plus root z upon root x plus root y plus root z bracket square. Now which is same as x plus y plus z upon root x plus root y plus root z, because this bracket gets cancelled. Okay, therefore it is 1 by 2 times given function u. Okay, now if you actually calculate its degree, so what is degree of numerator here? 1. Degree of denominator is 1 by 2. So degree of this function is 1 minus 1 by 2, which is 1 by 2. Okay, therefore this is verified. X w by w x plus y
Sir,
w by
can you
w y.
give a minute? I have to copy this. I have to copy this.
Yeah, I'll give you time to write. Is this fine? Any doubt in this? Yes, please.
Clear, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can you go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Then the next example, if u is equal to cosec inverse under root x raised to half plus y raised to half upon x raised to 1 by 3 plus y raised to 1 by 3, then show that value of the second order expression x square da bar 2u by da bar x2 plus 2xy da bar 2u by da bar x da bar y plus y square da bar 2u by da bar y2 is equal to tan u upon 12 into bracket 13 by 12 plus tan square u upon 12. Okay. Now again, your first question is this homogeneous? And accordingly, you decide which corollary to apply. Okay. Now, is u homogeneous?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Others, is u homogeneous?
No, sir.
No.
No.
No. Okay.
No, sir.
So, good. First corollary is not applicable. First corollary is for
Third
homogeneous function. So we will have to apply third corollary. So cosec u, that is the function f of u. Okay. So cosec u. So what is the degree of numerator here? 1 by 4, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What is degree of denominator?
1 by
1
6.
by 6. Okay. Please note that you will be mistaken by taking degree 1 by 2 and degree 1 by 3. Okay. Kindly consider this under root so that your n will be correct and whole calculation will be correct. Okay. So 1 by 4 minus 1 by 6. What is it? Degree of numerator upon degree of denominator.
1 by
1 by
12.
4 minus 1. So 1 by 12. Okay. So n is 1 by 12. Okay. Degree of cosec u is 1 by 12. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Fine.
sir.
Okay. So corollary number 3. What it says? If u is not homogeneous but f of u is homogeneous, then x square da bar 2u by da bar x2 plus 2xy da bar 2u by da bar x da bar y plus y square da bar 2u by da bar y2 is equal to g of u into g prime u minus 1. So g of u is equal to n into f of u upon f dash u. So n is 1 by 12. F of u is cosec u. What is derivative of cosec u?
Cos.
What is derivative of cosec u?
Minus cosec u cot u.
Yeah, good. Minus cosec u cot u. So g of u will be minus 1 by 12 tan u. Is that fine? Cosec u will get cancelled. 1 by cot u is tan u. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So g of u is minus 1 by 12 tan u. Okay. So substitute here minus 1 by 12 tan u into minus 1 by 12 sec square u minus 1. Now you need to simplify it. So minus 1 by 12 tan u minus x square u by 12 minus 1. Okay. Now this you can write as sec square u is 1 plus tan square u. So minus 1 by 12 tan u into bracket minus of 1 plus tan square u upon 12 minus 1. Okay. Now if you cross multiply this 12, you will get minus 1 minus 12, that is minus 13, and this minus sign can be absorbed inside, or you can take this minus out, so that will become plus 1 by 12. So tan u by 12 into bracket tan square u upon 12 plus 13 by 12, which we want. Now in this example, okay, you can check, they have not applied this corollary directly. Okay, so they have differentiated this x w by w x plus y w by w y with respect to x and with respect to y, then they added them. Okay, this is actually proof of corollary 3 which they are doing. Okay, but we can directly apply corollary 3. Do you understand what is difference between this solution and the solution we discussed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have applied
Yes, sir.
corollary 3 directly, and they are showing it. How do we get that corollary? Okay, once we have this expression x w by w x plus y w by w y is equal to nu, then you differentiate with respect to x, with respect to y, and multiply by x, multiply by y, and add them. Okay, so this is the method. So just note down this example. Don't write down this solution, okay? Because it will be lengthy in exam also. If you are doing it by this differentiating with respect to x and with respect to y. Copy up to this x w by w x plus y w by w y equal to minus 1 by 12 tan u. I'll tell you what to write after that. Somebody has unmuted. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Please understand that they have applied second definition of homogeneous function to find out degree. Okay, you can apply any definition out of 3. Fine. Yes, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you copied up to this step? Minus 1 by 12 tan u. Don't write down this calculation. Okay, differentiating partial with respect to x and y. This is not actually needed. Yes. Have you copied up to this step?
Yes.
Others, please respond so that I'll tell you what to write down.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
After that, write down by corollary 3 of Euler's theorem. By corollary 3 of Euler's theorem. X square da by 2 by da by x2 plus 2xy da by 2 by da by x da by y plus y square da by 2 by da by y2 is equal to g of u into g dash u minus 1. Okay, it is there on screen. Okay, where g of u is equal to n into f of u upon f dash u.
Sir, you will share this PPT on the group, right?
Yeah, after this lecture I'll say. I guess I have already shared, or no?
Yes, sir, you've already shared it.
Yes, sir, you have already shared.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Then I might be having. Thank you.
So now calculate g of u. G of u is equal to minus 1 by 12 into cosec u upon its derivative, that is minus cosec u cot u. So cosec u gets cancelled. So this is equal to minus 1 by 12 tan u. G of u is equal to minus 1 by 12 tan u. Okay. Then up to this step. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you substitute g of u here. So minus 1 by 12 tan u into bracket minus 1 by 12 sec square u minus 1. Minus 1 by 12 tan u into bracket minus 1 by 12 sec square u minus 1. Okay. Now after that, you write down this. Okay. This second last step and then last step. Now this is the end of partial differentiation. Let us quickly take your doubts in this module, and then we'll go to last module, module number 4. Okay. Our target is to complete by 10th of November.
So by what time our semester will get over, sir?
After 10 10th, you may be having Diwali holidays for a week probably, and after that, next 2 days we'll be working. Next 2-3 days, I guess, and then your exams will start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Diwali holidays are from 13 to 18, as instructed by some teacher.
13.
13 to 18, yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is there on 11 and 12? Is it Saturday, Sunday, or something else?
So I haven't
Sir,
checked
from
yet.
11 to 18. It was from 11 to 18.
Sir, Wednesday and Thursday. It's Wednesday and Thursday on 11th and 12th.
Okay. Anyway, it is not finalized or it is not there on paper, so there can be changes in dates for 1 or 2 days by 1 or 2 days.
And sir, how many units can we expect in the final exam? I mean, in the end term exam.
Four modules.
The next one will be the last one then, so.
Last one, right. Okay. Any other doubt?
Sir, partial differentiation is there in midterm.
No, it is not there. First 2 modules are there.
Sir, till Maclaurin theorem only, na?
Yes. Any other doubt? Please respond.
Sir, and how many marks will be the midterm? 15 marks, na?
15, 1 5.
Sir, for all the subjects or only for LEDC?
I think for all the subject it is 15.
Okay.
You can ask your subject teacher for a clarification or for a confirmation.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And sir, all MCQs or some 1 mark answers will be there.
What do you mean? MCQs and 1 mark answer?
I mean to say that all 15 questions will be MCQs or some 1 mark, some short answers will be there.
No, all MCQs will be there for LADC. Okay, I'm talking about LADC. I'll be taking.
Sir, and there will be negative marking or
No,
directly?
No negative marking. Don't worry.
So, sir, how much time will we get for 15 questions?
I guess 30 minutes.
Sir, only 30 minutes?
15 MCQ are there, no?
Sir, but it would include
maybe less than
numericals
that.
also, no?
Sir, so we do
will
not
be-
have to send our scanned copies. It's just an MCQ.
See, for LADC, it will be MCQ. So you don't have to send your scan copies or.
Sir, but it will contain big numericals, right?
Such questions won't be there. I mean, if this is U and you find out second order expression, because this is for 5 marks, no? We'll
Yes, sir.
frame MCQ. Yeah, we'll frame MCQ for 2 minutes only. You don't have to worry about it. 1
Okay,
hour
sir.
more.
Okay, sir. Sir, give 45 minutes, sir. Sometimes it will be taking time for solving, sir, then.
Obviously, that is not my decision. Anyway, I'll discuss with exam section. Then we'll see what.
Sir, each MCQ will have 2 marks.
That is not decided yet. Pattern is not decided. How many questions for 1 mark and how many questions for 2 marks. When it's get freeze, I'll let you know.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but it is MCQ, so you don't have to worry about it, because you don't have to do much calculation to click your correct answer. Okay, 1 or 2 steps you need to do, you'll get the answer. That's for sure. Any other doubt?
So then I think so midterm will be also online, I guess, because
Yes, yes.
according
There is a
yes,
WSE
sir.
platform. I mean, the software taken by exam section. Uh, they will give you login
Yes, sir.
credentials probably.
Sir, is it compatible with mobile?
Yes. Any other doubt?
Sir, how many more tutorials will you have, sir?
Number of weeks कितने हैं अपने बचे? Whatever number of weeks are there by 10th November, those many tutorials will be there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Probably 9 or 10 total number of tutorials we'll have to conduct.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. Any other doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Others? Everything is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'll stop sharing this PDF and let us introduce the last module, and then we'll stop after 5-10 minutes. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah. So name of last module is application of partial differentiation. In that we'll be covering 4 important applications. Some of them are maybe familiar to you, like errors and approximation or maximum minimum function of one variable that you have already studied. So we are going to extend same idea. Now this concept of Jacobian is new to you. Then functional dependency is also new to you. And this Lagrange method of undetermined multiplier is completely new to you. Okay. So these 4 main topics are there which we need to consider. So let us go to the first definition of 4th module, that is Jacobian, and the name is by Jacob Jacobi, okay, German mathematician. So basically it is determinant. It is determinant of partial derivatives. Determinant of partial derivative. Okay. So don't look at this matrix. Let us go to the small matrix so that it will be more comfortable to you. U and V, 2 functions which are continuous and differentiable. 2 independent variable x and y. Then Jacobian of uv with respect to xy is w by w x, w by w y is first row, w by w x, w by w y is the second row. Okay, and you take determinant of those 4 partial derivative and denote it by Jacobian j. Okay, it is also denoted by deba of u comma v upon deba of x comma y. Okay, so Jacobian of uv with respect to xy is equal to ux ui vx vy का determinant. Okay, so just write down these 2 variable definition. Jacobian of uv with respect to xy. This is how you read this. Tab of uv upon tab of xy is Jacobian of uv with respect to xy. Copied?
So 1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay. Just let me know once you finish. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us take a small example. Write down. U is equal to x square minus y square. U is equal to x square minus y square. And v is equal to 2xy. V is equal to 2xy. I repeat, u is equal to x square minus y square and v is equal to 2xy. Find Jacobian of uv with respect to xy. Do it fast. Only 4 partial derivative you need to put it into determinant. And find that determinant.
Sir, 0.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, sir.
I don't think so.
Sir, no, sir, I'm getting 8xy, sir. I made a sign mistake.
Okay, u is equal to x square minus y square and v is equal to 2xy. So ux means
Sir,
derivative.
so is it 4 into x square plus y square?
Yes, sir. 4 into x
Yes, sir.
Yes,
4
sir.
Yeah,
into x square plus y
Yes.
square.
good.
Yes.
4
Yes,
into
sir.
x square plus y square. So ux is 2x, uy is minus 2y, vx is 2y, vy is 2x. And just take determinant. You will get 4 into x square plus y square. Did you get your mistake? Just read
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is the definition clear and how to apply it is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So we'll stop it here for today. We'll continue with this introduction next time on Monday, and we'll try to finish it by 10th. Okay, 10 or 11 maximum. After that, we may take practice. If there are some sessions left, we'll have some practice session. All right. So before you leave, just mention your name and roll number in chat box. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.